Every now and then, a vehicle rolls out that doesn't just move us, it transforms the way we live. Whether it roared across open roads, flew through uncharted skies, hovered above jungles, or plunged into the depths of the ocean, these machines didn't just go places, they took us with them. Today, we're diving into, that's right, 10 iconic vehicles that changed travel forever. Let's fire up the engines and see how they reshape the journey. First on the list, Ford Model T. In 1908, Henry Ford introduced the Model T, and everything changed. Before this moment, cars were handmade, expensive, and reserved for the wealthy, but Ford revolutionized production with the moving assembly line in 1913, allowing him to manufacture cars faster and cheaper than ever before. By 1925, a brand new Model T cost as little as $260. That's about $4,000 today. Suddenly, car ownership was possible for the average American. The Model T didn't just change personal mobility, it reshaped cities, gave rise to roadside culture, and created the very concept of the commuter lifestyle. With over 15 million units sold, it became one of the best-selling cars in history, earning the nickname Tin Lizzie. Wherever there's a highway, there's the spirit of the Model T. Second on the list, the Wright Flyer. When Orville and Wilbur Wright launched their fragile-looking aircraft into the chilly air of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, on December 17, 1903, they didn't just fly. They cracked the code of controlled, powered flight. Their invention, the Wright Flyer, was built of spruce wood, canvas, and a custom lightweight engine. It flew for just 120 feet in 12 seconds, but that short flight was a giant leap for humanity. Unlike hot air balloons or gliders before it, the Flyer used a system of wing warping for control, the foundation of modern flight. From those first hops above the sand dunes, we now have global airlines, supersonic jets, and space travel. Every airport runway today is a direct descendant of the Wright brothers' daring dream. Third on the list, Stevensons Rocket. Steam power was already known in the early 1800s, but George Stephenson's rocket took it to a whole new level. Built in 1829 for the Rainhill Trials, a competition to determine the best locomotive design for the new Liverpool and Manchester Railway, the rocket wasn't just fast, it was brilliantly engineered. It reached speeds of 30 miles per hour, unheard of at the time, using a multi-tube boiler for greater efficiency. The rocket proved that rail travel could be practical, safe, and fast for both people and goods. Its victory jump-started the global railway boom. Within decades, railroads stitched continents together, from Europe to North America to India. The very idea of scheduled long-distance travel was born here, thanks to a steam engine with brass fittings and a whole lot of heart. Fourth on the list, Volkswagen Type 2. Introduced in 1950, the Volkswagen Type 2 was designed by Dutch engineer Ben Pon, based on a sketch he scribbled after seeing the original VW Beetle. Known by many names, the microbus, combi, or transporter, it quickly became a global icon. In post-war Europe, it was a workhorse, hauling goods and families, but in America, it became the unofficial vehicle of the counterculture. Hippies, surfers, artists, and dreamers made it their mobile home, covering it in bright colors and peace symbols. It was cheap, reliable, and easy to repair. The perfect companion for road trips across Route 66 or down the California coast. Its flat-nosed design and rear engine made it stand out in any parking lot. And today, the spirit of the Type 2 lives on in the modern van life movement, inspiring digital nomads who trade cubicles for campfires and highways. Fifth on the list, Bell UH1 Huey helicopter. Few machines are as instantly recognizable or as deeply woven into modern history as the Bell UH1 Iroquois, better known as the Huey. Developed in the late 1950s and first flown in 1956, it became the workhorse of the Vietnam War, used for everything from medical evacuations and troop transport to cargo runs and air assault. Its thumping rotor sound became a symbol of rescue, survival, and power. Unlike fixed-wing aircraft, the Huey brought true flexibility to the battlefield. It could land in tight spots, hover in place, and deploy troops in a matter of seconds. It showed the world what helicopters could really do and changed the future of modern warfare emergency response, and disaster relief. Even today, its legacy lives on in civilian medevac choppers and military air mobility around the globe. Sixth on the list, London Underground Train. Back in 1863, London unveiled something the world had never seen before, an underground railway system. The London Underground, or the Tube, started with steam-powered trains rumbling beneath the city, connecting Paddington to Farringdon. It was dark, smoky, and noisy, but it worked. As cities grew, so did the need for rapid, reliable public transit that could beat street-level congestion. Electrification came in the 1890s, making it cleaner and more efficient. Over time, the Tube expanded into a complex network of stations and color-coded lines, carrying millions daily. The success of London's Underground inspired systems in New York, Paris, Tokyo, and beyond. Today, it's hard to imagine modern city life without the subway. And it all started under the foggy streets of Victorian London. Seventh on the list, Space Shuttle. For decades, space exploration meant rockets that were used once and discarded. But in 1981, NASA introduced something revolutionary, the Space Shuttle, the first reusable spacecraft. Officially called the Space Transportation System, or STS, the shuttle could launch like a rocket and land like an airplane. It ferried satellites, telescopes, and astronauts into orbit, and even built the International Space Station piece by piece. Its most famous orbiters, like Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour, carried generations of astronauts into space. Despite the tragedies of Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003, the shuttle program pushed the boundaries of human knowledge. It paved the way for today's commercial spaceflight, reusable rockets like SpaceX's Falcon 9, and future missions to Mars. The Space Shuttle didn't just visit space, it made it feel a little closer to home. Eighth on the list, RMS Titanic. In 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail as the largest, most luxurious ocean liner the world had ever seen. Built in Belfast by Harland and Wolff, it stretched nearly 883 feet long and featured swimming pools, grand staircases, electric elevators, and opulent cabins. It was declared unsinkable, a triumph of engineering and elegance. But on April 15th, during its maiden voyage, the Titanic struck an iceberg and sank in the frigid North Atlantic, claiming over 1,500 lives. The disaster shocked the world and exposed the dangers of overconfidence in technology. In response, new maritime safety laws were introduced, including lifeboat regulations, 24-hour radio watches, and the creation of the International Ice Patrol. Though its voyage was tragically short, the Titanic reshaped how we build and operate ships, and its legacy still echoes in every safety drill and ocean crossing today. Ninth on the list, Vespa scooter. After World War II, Italy needed affordable, efficient transport, something simple, stylish, and economical. Enter the Vespa. First produced in 1946 by Piaggio, the Vespa wasn't just a scooter, it was a cultural icon. Its name means wasp in Italian, inspired by its buzzing engine and narrow waistline. With a unibody steel frame, low fuel consumption, and easy maneuverability, it was perfect for narrow city streets. As Europe rebuilt, the Vespa became a symbol of freedom and independence. It starred in films like Roman Holiday, written by Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, and became a fashion statement across generations. Today, the Vespa remains a global phenomenon, representing smart, sustainable urban travel. Wherever people zip through city traffic with flair, the Vespa spirit rides with them. 10th on the list, Jeep Willys MB. When World War II broke out, the U.S. military needed a fast, rugged, all-terrain vehicle, and the Jeep Willys MB delivered. First built in 1941, it was compact, tough, and easy to repair in the field. It could handle mud, snow, sand, and steep hills, earning nicknames like the Blitz Buggy and Go Devil. Over 600,000 were built during the war. The Jeep helped win battles, supply troops, and even carry generals. After the war, surplus Jeeps made their way into civilian life, especially on farms, ranches, and off-road trails. The modern SUV and 4x4 culture owe their roots to this little powerhouse. Its unmistakable grille and round headlights are still part of Jeep's DNA today. From Normandy to mountain trails, the Willys changed how and where we drive. So there you have it. 10 legendary machines that redefine the way we move across land, air, sea, and space. From the assembly lines of Detroit to the launch pads of Cape Canaveral, from steam engines to scooters. These vehicles didn't just take us places. They changed our world. They made travel faster, safer, more accessible, and yes, more fun. You're riding the legacy of these bold inventions. Thanks for coming along for the journey. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Top 10 Lowdown. And remember, every iconic vehicle started as a bold idea that moved the world forward. See you next time.